right, welcome back to Inspection Pro Joe, episode 11. Today, Joey and I have a little bit of a holiday special. So, Joey, what did you want to talk about today?
Heck yeah. Well, Jake, I'm so excited that it's Christmas time. It's one of my favorite times of year, the holiday season. And, it really just, I'm grateful for everything in my life, bluntly. And I'm just so excited. I figured we do a little recap of our show and then dive into some things that we can be doing to make next year the best year yet for our businesses, for our lives. And things that we see other major inspection companies starting to do this time of year.
So we've had a great run of some guests we've been able to interview, and we have a great run coming up as well. We're very excited for some of the upcoming guests we'll have on coming very soon. So I guess we could start off with, what have we heard in the past few episodes that you really want to recap and just emphasize that, this is what you got to be doing moving into the next year if you want to really take it to the next level in 2021?
Well, from a business standpoint, because that's what we try to do in this industry, is we're trying to help other people with their business, home inspection businesses, provide a free platform where they can listen in between shows. I mean, right from the get-go, when I think of like the new inspectors, homeinspectology.com just is a great resource where everything's kind of there.
Mm-hmm.
And he's still adding stuff and making it better, but it's a great resource for the new inspectors to go to, even existing inspectors that may not know maybe marketing information or what podcast to listen to. He has all the resources for home inspectors in one location. And then it allows you as that business owner to start vetting those companies. Don't just because a business is on a site doesn't mean it's reputable.
Mm-hmm.
There's some sort of thing there that makes it. But you as a business owner have to do your own filter and research. So Home Inspectology was a great guest. I think that's tremendous value for our listeners. And then, Mike McKay, having Mike McKay on was amazing. What IGO's doing to help these inspectors on the back office side of things with their accounting. And, that's really what I liked about IGO is their financial piece in the QuickBooks that they provide. And because you need to understand your numbers, you need to understand those things so you can make decisions in real time. Before that I started using IGO, I had accountants that would, it would take a month and a half for me to get financials from that month. And now I go on to QuickBooks Online and I have up-to-date numbers.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And so I'm able to make real-time decisions for cash flow. And it makes it easier. So then you can take those numbers and give it to a CPA.
Mm-hmm.
I will mention one of the things that I'm doing now to plan for next year, now that we're on the accounting side of things, is next year, because we were profitable this year, we made a lot of cuts despite COVID, is my goal next year is to work closely with the CPA to start sheltering money, to start investing money, to start growing that side of the business. So as you guys begin to grow, you evolve as a business owner and things change. Now it's doing tax shelters, investments, foundations.
Yeah.
Where we can really just become a stronger business and protect ourselves financially for retirement in the future. So that was an incredible guest. Nathan Thornberry was awesome, was amazing. Just what I learned from him was more just his mindset.
Mm-hmm.
What a business-minded dude, and he's brilliant.
Yeah.
He does his research, he does his homework, he knows this industry. He's trying to make the industry better, more cost-effective for inspectors. The RWS, the warranties, the inspector lab, everything he's doing it at a cost that is really hard to beat.
Yeah.
And a lot of his call center, all those things. And he's really an advocate for this industry, and he's brilliant. The more that I've gotten to know him, especially after we've had him on, Jake, and we talked to him and just his insight.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of us are home inspectors and we're not the business-minded people. We're not, we don't start out that way, at least. Right. And now we kind of have to work backwards and learn those things. So just to get his insight and just his knowledge, I cannot wait to have him on again. Just amazing.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun as well. I can't wait to have all of them back on.
I know. What were some of your memorable moments?
Actually, so just because it was our last show, the RoofMax episode was really cool to me because I didn't exactly know what the product was coming in. I had done a little bit of research into Mike Fiesel and RoofMax, but I didn't know the scale of the product, what it did, like sustainability wise, and how it eliminated so much waste, and how it can save you 30 years on a roof. Like, to me, that was incredibly impressive.
Yeah.
Like, those are the kind of products that you need now. Like, going into this 2021, these new years, you need these products that, give people hope. They're great
Yeah.
products.
And I think what we're discovering now in this new age of technology is things can be done that are very cost effective. You're not looking at replacing roofs, now that product, you spray it 5 years, you can spray it up to and get 15 years added to your life.
Yeah.
It's cost effective. People are buying homes and they're not living in them for 30 plus years anymore. They're buying homes and they're upgrading. I was driving around my local where I grew up in Loudoun County, Virginia, and I was showing my girlfriend houses, and we were in, as I was picking my kid up from daycare, I'm like, those used to be the big houses, and that's probably like a 4,000 square foot. Those were the big ones.
Yeah.
Now in this area, big is like 7,500 square feet, and the yards are shrinking. No one wants to do any maintenance, and so you have these massive roofs that are $40,000-$50,000 to replace, and now you have a product like RoofMax comes along and can give you a longer amount of shingle. It's crazy. And it's just crazy that what deals can be saved.
Yeah.
And for us home inspectors out there that have a database of realtors, you have value in that. And I'm not saying to go in business with RoofMax, but get in touch with your local RoofMax dealer. There may be a partnership that adds value to you,
Yeah.
and it's good to have, a Rolodex, if you will, of good referral partners for your business,
Yeah.
and what a product. Like, I was just blown away by that product when I first heard about it.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And the stuff that RoofMax is doing, and we're partnering up with Kevin Harrington, the shark, the original shark. It's just
really cool.
tremendous, and it's kind of cool because of this podcast that we're able to rub shoulders with some great business-minded people.
And in that vein, there's one more I want to talk about. Again, great memories I have of the Matt Smith episode. He was awesome to come on here and really talk about like how he rapidly grew his business and how you can do it. And I got great feedback from that episode that's something that translates to any industry, not just home inspections. And I think a lot of our guests do. And that's what's so nice about it, is that you're right. You learn to be a home inspector first, then you have to go backwards and learn the business aspect of it. But I love that you can look anywhere for the business aspect of home inspections, because it does translate across a lot of industries.
It's all, it's all translatable, right? You do product, service, marketing, sales. We're doing the same thing. Like, every business is saying it's selling a product or service and making it unique for you to be able to sell it. What's your unique selling proposition? But what I loved, and I'm glad you brought up Matt, what I loved about Matt and most people that achieve great things in business, they're not the smartest, they're not the brightest, but they're action takers.
Yeah.
And he was an extreme action taker that took his business from a single man operation to $1 million in a year. Tremendous. Nobody, like, that's unheard of, right? And he kept saying, he goes, I just didn't make excuses for myself. I didn't make excuses. And I think a lot of us, I do it all the time, and I have to catch myself. This is why personal growth is so important. You have to catch yourself, because we start making excuses of why we are not where we want to be. Why? And instead of just saying, fuck it, I'm just going to do it and go full throttle and know that I'm going to make mistakes, but I'm going to learn from it. Don't dwell on your mistakes. Try not to. Learn from them and keep moving forward. Keep stepping forward. You're going to get knocked down. It's going to feel like you take 10 steps back so you can go 20 forward at times.
You're just learning what not to do. You might be giving yourself a great lesson on how to not do it.
Yeah, I think, and what was awesome about that episode is I got a call from an inspector that was just like, called me and was like, oh my God, that motivated me so much that it can be done, and it can be done quickly. There's no get rich quick. It's not overnight, but it can be done quickly, especially if you have the right resources, you have the right partners, You're not doing it on your own. You're using products like what Nathan has, and the warranties, and you have the back office, and you set yourself up with that nice strong foundation, like, where you partner with the right people so you don't have to do it all on your own.
Yeah.
And then you get to just focus on what you're good at. And then you get to tap into people who are building the business, who are growing, who are killing it, and use them as resources so you can get there a lot quicker. And I think that's what, Matt did. He used people and he was an action taker. And when you combine that, you become unstoppable, man. You hit your goals 10 times faster.
Yeah.
So,
and then you have time to spend with your family. And that's what the holiday season's all about, being able to spend time with your family. So you gotta get there. You gotta do what you gotta do.
That's awesome. And guys, for a lot of us in this industry, this is our slower time of year, and we're going to spend time with family, and it's a highlight. But, evaluate your business too. You're getting your year-end financials in, you're seeing where you're going to end up finishing up. Start setting goals. Hopefully you've already have been setting goals, because now, bluntly, you probably want to do this a month or two before this episode, but start setting your goals, start planning. I know us as a company, we've already hired and have resumes that we're looking at for people that we're bringing on for next year so we can hit our goal. And our goal to hit our goal of over $3 million next year in revenue, and do close to 5,000 inspections. Those are our goals, but you have to have the pieces in place to hit those goals, right?
Yeah.
I do like setting goals. Start with the vision. Where do I want to go, right? Don't be realistic. People tell you to be realistic. Set a lofty goal.
Yeah.
Because what happens when you paint that vision, now I paint the vision, and now I have to become creative, and I have to figure out how to hit it.
How to get
there. Now how do we hit it? We start with the vision. Now where do we go from here? And that's where creativity comes in this process, and it becomes a fun experience trying to figure out how to hit those goals. And if you have a team, get your team involved. Make sure everybody knows within your organization what you're trying to do as a company, and incentivize them to hit those to hit goals. So you're all on the same page and you're working together, and that's synergy, man. I mean,
yeah.
When what's 1 horsepower is 1 horse. Well, how do I get to 3? I add another horse. Well, I don't have to add 2 more horses. No, I add 1 horse, 2 horses, I get 3 horsepower. 2 people going in stride it's incredible,
Yeah, it is powerful.
Or it's multiplying.
Yeah. And then you can get the ideas from each other and work off each other. And it is empowering.
Yeah. It really is, guys. But I'm so glad for our listeners. Me and Jake really appreciate the love, the support, people reaching out to us, wanting to be on our show. Some of the big names in the industry, and we're just very fortunate that people have taken a liking to this podcast. From my standpoint, it wasn't really out there, a bit of a value-added business podcast, and we're just going to continue to keep having incredible guests on our show. I'm looking forward to having Nick Gromyko on, the founder of INTERNACHI. It's the International Association of Certified Home Inspectors. That's going to be an amazing episode that's coming up.
Very soon.
Very soon, baby. Begin the new year. Let's go. But, we just hope that this is a value add. We want your feedback. If you've enjoyed this, please share it. Please review it. Let us know what we can be doing better for you guys, for our listeners. And we're just so grateful this holiday season. We hope everyone has, had a happy Hanukkah, has a Merry Christmas, great holiday season. Hopefully you're spending it with the people you love, whether that's on Zoom, whether that's in person, COVID and stuff. But, hopefully you're making the most out of the holiday season. And we're just extremely, extremely grateful, we're blessed that this has been such a positive podcast for our industry. And we want to make sure we continue to make sure that it's positive and upbeat, and that you guys can get some great content moving forward.
Well, I couldn't say it any better than that, Joey. So on that note, I'll just leave my email, which is j.aronson@pairpayments.com, and email me at j.aronson@pairpayments.com if you have any questions, if you'd like to be on the show, if you have a story or some great insight that you think would be of value to other home inspectors who listen in on this podcast, please reach out to me. Do not hesitate. We'd love to have you on the show. Let's figure it out.
Oh, I do want to give a quick plug because we didn't mention this. Pair Payments, I'm grateful for Pair Payments. They sponsor this podcast. They're in the merchant processing industry. And they're really just trying to be a value add for businesses. They're not trying to be your traditional processor where they set you up for processing. They're trying to give inspectors in this industry the proper business tools to help grow their business. They want to be a partner that's part of the growth process. And they're not just set and release. And that's what I love about you guys and why we partnered up and why you guys have been doing my process for over a year. With COVID that hit us, the money that we've been able to save through merchant fees has been absolutely incredible. And it's saved part of the reason what saved our company through the slow season and really helped us have a strong 2020. And I'm just so excited for the new year. So thank you, Pair Payments. If you guys are struggling with paying stupid amount of credit card fees, please get in touch with Jake. We can help you save tons of money, especially if you're a big business. We can do some wonderful things for your company. And again, they truly are a great partner. They truly are trying to help this industry in that area. And I'm just so thankful for you guys. So I want to get that little plug in there. So thank you guys so much.
We love working with you. And yeah, thank you for everyone tuning in. Happy holidays to you, Joey. Happy holidays to your family, and happy holidays to everyone out there.
You too, guys.